roots. Soil structure improves, and worms mysteriously get busy. The water is thoroughly permeated by the life force imbued in the biodynamic preparation. The whole mass of water has become dynamic. Every droplet of water now carries this life. Even the way preparations are sprayed matters. The spiral, from seed heads and shells to cyclones and galaxies, forms the core of nature. Biodynamics is as much concerned with the soil as with the plant itself. In biodynamics, the soil is everything.
My plowman, he's been working for me for the last 25 years. I asked him, how was the land when you started? He said it was quite hard, like a rock. I said, why? He said, because we were adding a lot of chemical at that time. I said, how is it now? He said, in the last 6 years, we have put in compost and a lot of other things, doing green manure, and it's become like cotton. And even further, it's become like butter. It's become like butter. It's so smooth and so easy to cultivate. And I've got some corns in my feet. And they used to pain me a lot when I used to do it 25 years ago. But as of today, they don't hurt me. I asked him, how come there are so many birds? He said, there's such a big population of earthworms now, and as I cultivate, they come and eat the earthworms, they eat the insects and all that.
From the beginning of time, we've recognized the influence of heavenly bodies on plants, weather, and the tides. Using an astronomical planting and sowing calendar, biodynamics is a rediscovery of those ancient rhythms.
The small caterpillar, green caterpillar, is eating these pods, and it has gone down at the moment, and they'll come up in the morning. All night they'll be trying to eat it. In the morning the birds will come and eat it. This is what it does.
Oh, look what it does, that worm.
And we can have the insects tomorrow, I think. Maybe I'll try to open it if I have.
And the birds eat those insects?
Yes. If we do some herbal sprays, we can control it to a large extent. But I feel that birds will do the job tomorrow morning. They'll do it for a couple of days and finish it off.
Natural farmers work with nature as a whole to understand that insect, plant, and soil are intimately connected. Healthy soil makes healthy plants, makes healthy people. Good biodynamic pest control includes companion planting, natural insecticides, liquid manures, and quartz preparation. As a last resort, some biodynamic farmers are exploring the use of biological deterrents.
Can you shoot here on this? Normally this card, this is what we call Traco card.
Yes.
Which gives you about 15,000 Trachogramma.
Really?
One card will give 15,000 parasites.
Wow. 15,000?
15,000.
Oh.
So each female will destroy 200 eggs of the diamondback moth. Diamondback moth, 200 eggs will be destroyed by this.
Right, okay.
We call them egg parasites.
Right.
This is called Trachogramma chilonis.
Right.
Okay?
Yep.
And then
The corporate model requires a farmer to grow food to meet market demands. But Sarvdaman follows the biodynamic model, feeding his family and workers first. Sarvdaman then sells or trades his surplus to his local community through a roadside store. Some surplus is sold in local towns, but his store is so successful that it takes almost all his produce.
Why don't we do it tomorrow?
His farm operates on a human scale, self-sustaining, ethical, and biologically diverse.
How is it?
Great.
Yeah?
Very sweet.
Sarvdaman's farm represents India's localized economies. It is a blueprint for a future when fossil fuels are scarce, when the world's most valuable commodity will be the knowledge of how to farm and the wisdom of how to grow food that is more than just stuff to fill our stomachs. But even on this perfect farm, the reality of the corporate agenda that underpins chemical farming is a breath away. Whatever the politics, Peter is resolute in his commitment to be the change he wants to see.
And this can happen all over India. It can happen all over parts of the United States and parts of Australia, New Zealand and so on, all over the world. You've got to get your hands dirty, you've got to get your feet tied, and work.
His dream is a world returned to a matrix of interlocking small farms, each supplying and caring for a widening circle of community.
And you have this wonderful food at the end of the chain. I mean, that's the amazing thing.
On this journey, at the invitation of Anil Bokhar, a government-employed technical officer in Maharashtra, Peter visits 10 farms a day.
How more practical could you be?
His schedule would be punishing for a man half his age, but Peter is unflagging in his enthusiasm and his commitment.
I worked in agriculture university associated with those scientists, brought a green revolution with the invasion of chemical fertilizers and pesticides. As a matter of fact, the farmers got higher yields, but there was a deterioration in the ecology. Not only that, but the soil and the cost of production went very high, which led to the not satisfaction to the farmers. And they were away, they were fed up with the farming, and we happen to meet with many farmers and we start off thinking other way. And the other way, that is
prepared for what?
from chemical farming to the organic farming.
This for banana.
Right.
This banana.
Okay, right. Good, good. Very nice.
Peter's legacy is spread across India. Wherever he goes, newly minted biodynamic farmers are eager for his knowledge and blessing.
I'll just sort of flick
थोडंसं
it.
टाकायचं
Just-
हं,
just
याच्यातच. म्हणजे कल्चर आणखी वाढतं.
That helps the culture, you know.
हं, हे अजून टाकून द्यायचंय.
That's all you need, that much.
As our agriculture university does not does any research on organic farming, so we started interacting with the farmers and we were very much happy and astonished as they could solve their own problems and they were working in a group.
When I first came here, people didn't, oh, this man's crazy. You don't believe what that man Proctor says, do you? It was the reports I get. But now that's changing, and we're having a lot of help now from the government.
Now here we have formed the organic farmers group in each and every village, and we have federated them into a federation at the district level. So in this way, this organizational setup is from the village level to the district level, and the farmers come here, sit there, and solve their own problems and share their own experiences. In this way, this organic agriculture movement is taking place.
Right, he was growing horse gram. His neighbour was growing horse gram chemically. This man was doing his horse gram.
And farmers are now also knowing what are the benefits regarding the ecosystem balance and all that. So this has taken a lot of efforts, and now it is spreading very fast in this region.
We had three young men came up and said, excuse me, sir, we haven't met you, but we wanted to meet you. We are working in Maharashtra. And you know, sir, we have made, this year, our farmers made 10,000 biodynamic compost heaps. I said, what? 10,000 biodynamic compost heaps? They said, yes, sir.
We took near about 1,000 training programs in the Maharashtra with the help of NGOs, with the help of farmers, with the help of State Department, and fantastic results we got. At present, near about 4 lakh hectares area is under organic farming. Last year, we made near about 20,000 BD compost in Maharashtra, and to that, in our district, it was a phenomenal thing to get use of this agro-bio waste. And the farmers, they did not purchase anything from outside. Now they are reducing this input cost, and now our farmers from chemical farming, they went to organic farming, and from organic farming, they are heading towards biodynamic agriculture. We saw that irrespective of their education, irrespective of their living standards, our farmers have become very much innovative. They are interacting, they are working like scientists. We are taking these farmers to other farmers and they are believing. So that these farmers have become a very good extension messengers. Their self-image has increased, their communication skills have improved. Our relationship has very nicely increased, and that has placed our image, self-image very high in the society.
When you tell people about it, and I tell you about it, you tell your friends, and they tell their friends, they tell their friends, and goes for miles. And this is quite exciting.
Thousands of farmers throughout India are turning to biodynamics. It is calculated there are more than 200,000 biodynamic compost heaps in India.
Yes, definitely we are looking forward for India to be totally organic, as this has been a thought process which will take another 5 to 10 years.
That'll set the rot down, it'll get quite hot. Very good. The only thing I would do would be to try and somehow moisten the green. Very, very good. Oh, hang on, just I'd actually put another layer of dry on. Dry, sorry. Then this one. Just look at the way the water is spread from the wrist down on the hand. I mean, there's a real love in that, you know. One of the problems is that they are short of water, and so they've got to maximise where the water is put.
And he has got his own computer. He has made this nameplates at his house.
Yeah, see, look at this. Yeah, yeah. That's good. Yeah, very good. Oh, this is so nice to see this. So nice to see.
Very
it.
nice.
Oh. It was very slow beginning, very slow. But as I said, this little thing we had in Bangalore in November 2005 showed that this thing is changing. And if it accelerates at this speed in the next 10 years, I would say, conservatively, almost the whole of India could be biodynamic.
For millennia, organic farming was practiced in India without any marked decline in soil fertility. The Green Revolution, which began in the mid-60s, was supposed to alleviate world hunger.
I am Jaspal Singh. I am an organic farmer from Punjab, and my father was a very zealous and outgoing farmer, and he was one of the pioneers of Green Revolution, so-called Green Revolution, which has been proven as a killer now, producing lots and lots of bumper crops and doing everything right. They give layers and layers of chemicals still till date now. And our soils are sick and waterlogged. The production is going down. The pest infestation is more. And personally, I was worried, but I didn't have any alternative.
Yeah.
Viewed holistically, the Green Revolution was a failure. Chemical agriculture destroyed India's natural abundance, farming communities, and soil.
Wow.
High-yielding plant varieties turned out to use far more water, growing significantly less crop per drop. Today, in much of India, the rivers have long since dried up, and the only water is hundreds of meters down.
Chemical? Chemical, urea.
Urea.
Yeah, yeah.
Urea fertilizer.
Fertilizer. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, heavy doses.
Heavy doses.
Heavy doses giving them.
Heavy doses. Kills all the humus. Yeah. Okay.
But gradually that chemical started to erode the quality of the soil, the structure of the soil, and it overproduces the bacteria, and the bacteria needed bodily nourishment, so they started sort of tearing into the carbon, the organic carbon, the humus. So the humus actually gradually got less and less and less. Soil from being that high was that high. That high is what the humus was. We just lost it.
It's like shingle, really. So it's got no life in it at all. You see how it goes to dust, and you get dust storms.
What does it smell like?
It smells chemical.
The International Water Management Institute in Gujarat says India's green revolution is living on borrowed water and borrowed time.
And that effect has happened all over India. The chemical has destroyed this 30, 40 years of wonderful, what took 5,000 years to build up. I mean, it's an absolute tragedy. But what isn't a tragedy is there is an answer.
In reality, the Green Revolution has forced farmers to give up their balanced, mixed cropping to provide chemically sustained, monocropped surpluses. While this enabled India's integration into the global economy, in essence, it is the farmers who have ended up serving transnational corporate interests. The Sardar Patel farm covers 150 acres on the outskirts of the city of Ahmedabad in Gujarat. The farm grows around 30 different varieties of fruit, herbs, spices, and vegetables. The farm also operates a biodynamic plant nursery specializing in rare palms and species for semi-arid conditions.
So when we look at the sustainability of biodynamic agriculture and we compare it to conventional agriculture, we're looking at soil quality, we're looking at crop performance, we're looking at financial profitability and environmental quality. So when we look at those four big indicators and we compare them between the two systems, what we find is soil quality is better on the biodynamic farms. And part of the reason is because the biodynamic farmers are adding compost to their soil. So they have better physical properties, things like structure, less compaction, they have more topsoil, their biological activity, meaning their organic matter is higher. They have greater microbial activity, more earthworms. When you look at the chemistry of the soils and you compare them to the conventional, the results there have been probably a little bit mixed, where sometimes it favors the biodynamic, sometimes it favors the conventional. But the chemistry is the easiest thing to change because you can always add natural or synthetic chemicals. The hardest thing to change are the physical and the biological properties. And in those instances, or in these studies, the biodynamic farms are always better.
Well, this is good CPP. It's got a nice texture, and it's also got a very good humus forming. And the humus content you can tell by actually spreading it out like that, see? And it's very smooth between your fingers, and you can actually smooth it like that. And it's got no smell of cow dung at all. It's all ready to go, and it's just full of the right sort of bacteria, fungi, and all the right micronutrients in the soil. You know, it's all the biological life is in the soil, is encapsulated with that. And this is what a lot of people are isolating and selling as biofertilizers, and making so much money. But the farmer can make his own.
Yeah, a lot of people follow you, go, oh, this is Sardar farm, organic, give me some of it, or come to my place, pass by my place.
When we look at profitability,